Hello, everybody. It's your daily dose of Evercade goodness.
Daily.
What are you doing?
Daily, I mean weekly.
For a
Hey,
dude
what did I
that
sign
wanted
up
to
for?
start early, you're like
See, I-
Mark.
I don't even know what I say sometimes.
Yeah, trust me, we watch your videos. We know that.
It's all good. It is all good.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
If I had
How's
to do
everybody
this
doing?
daily, I think I'd shoot.
We're hanging in. We're hanging in. I'm finding out that decades old games are not only free to play but free on Steam. So
Yeah, I told you, dude.
I just clicked the button and now
are you
now
gonna
it's-
get Everquest too?
I'm probably
Well, add
gonna
me as
do
a
it.
friend. I'd like to know how to play the game. I did a video on it, man. It is so playable on the Steam Deck. Like, go watch the video anyway, because it's not really playable. I'm just joking, but it is really playable.
Release date December 7th, 2011.
Before, just to let the
2023. Let's go.
Before we started, we were talking about like how to thumbnails and doing stuff with transparencies and stuff. And then we talked about channels, and me and Crow were saying, just do whatever makes you happy. And I'm like, yeah. Case in point, who in their right mind does an Everquest 2 video on a Steam Deck channel?
I get it. I finally get what you're saying, and I just haven't been looking in my subscriber list for a long time. So
like,
now I know
your right mind goes from Armored Core 6 to Starfield to EverQuest 2 if they're not just in it to make content they enjoy, right?
Why not?
Yeah, I love it, man. EverQuest 2 is like, what a treat to play that on the deck, and it actually works really well. To the point where I haven't uninstalled it. I'm still like messing around. Now that Rich is going to come play with me.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably talk about
time,
Evercade.
Rich. We're going to find the time. We have no time.
Yeah, there's absolutely no. But the thing is, like,
it's losing his shit right now because we're not talking about Evercade.
Yeah,
well, that's why people.
Welcome to the Evercade.
Well, because I can hear him murmur. He's like my son.
No, I find it. No, just with me, I sometimes find it frustrating when I tune in for one. Like from the viewer perspective, I'm like, get to the topic.
No, the users don't care, man. They're just hanging out and having fun.
This is how we roll.
This is how we roll. You obviously weren't a part of this show for the first year because me and Rick were. Hey, Roger. How you doing, bud?
Oh my god.
But yeah, what's going on in everyone's week?
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
Oh, we're gonna talk about game in a month and stuff like that. I just put my game in a month video out.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, I still haven't done the last game in a month.
Yeah.
So
I
mentioned Crow and Rich.
That's okay. That's okay, Crow. I did mine on Thursday or Wednesday or whatever day it was.
I'm probably not going to do one.
Yeah, it's just been one of those weeks, right? Back to school week, right? So
yeah, man, it's been.
Thank God.
It's been wild. Like I'm glad. You know what? I'm really happy that it's happening. Like it's kids are back and we're doing all this cool stuff and whatever. But man, the crush is just absolutely insane. But here's the thing. I actually feel like Crow right now because I haven't put anything out on the channel. However, in the background, I now have probably 11, 12, maybe 13 videos ready to queue. I just have to finish editing them and then just put them out.
Well, that's not like me at all because I don't have anything queued ready to go.
Oh man,
I'm in the middle of playing California games, and I'm not California
nice.
games. I was just playing California games in the C64 collection too, and then I found the hidden UFO Easter egg in that, and I thought that was hilarious.
Hidden UFO.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
There's a UFO in the game. It's hidden.
Only Crow would know.
I gotta find it now.
He was telling me about that before the show. Yeah.
The funny thing was this morning, to tell you the day I was having. I'm trying to get OBS reset up because I hadn't messed around with it for a long time, and since I put everything back together because I built my desk and I put everything back together, I'm like, why isn't my capture card working? Why? And I'm like trying to figure all this stuff up, and I look at my computer. I was like, I don't even have anything plugged into it. No wonder it's not picking up anything. So then I go to run a cable. Like, I didn't even run a cable. So I go to run a cable, and then I, it was on the floor. I was getting up, and I get up, and I put my hand on this table. That's not really a table. And it, shifted the whole thing, and then my whole cup of iced tea, went flying all over the place. So then I had to spend another 15 minutes cleaning everything up before I could continue plugging all that in.
Oh, man.
It's pretty wild.
But I could show you the UFO. I'll get that set up. It's really easy to do.
I don't know what is happening.
Oh, man.
Well, while we're chilling here, I've been checking in on things. I'm actually about to update the VS because
I'm gonna do mine. I did my.
We're gonna talk about some other things. I'm sure very soon.
I'm curious about. I haven't looked it up, but I know there was an update. I wonder if they fixed anything.
No, they didn't.
Okay, then.
No, so
They just put out the new game of the month.
That's the one thing I try to keep Blaze honest, but they don't seem to listen. And actually, it's my number one it's my number one annoyance. It's consistency because, like they said on Discord, there were no changes. I'm like, okay, spend the 5 minutes, go to the website, and just say update game of the month. No other changes. Like, how hard is that? That's all. It's just I don't like. It's like I like that they're like laid back, but sometimes I feel like they're a little bit too laid back.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just keep your eye on the radar.
Here, wait. Let me put you in solo layout. Hold on.
Well, I can't hold on. It's already in process. Just wait. Look at the radar.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, I'm updating my. Oh yeah.
Game over. You lose. Your partner's abducted.
I never see this.
That's pretty wild.
Here, show that one more time.
Okay, I can. Basically, this only works in practice mode. You have to push the button to start, but not do anything. And then after a few seconds, the UFO comes.
Can you interrupt it by like throwing?
Oh yeah. If you start to throw it after the UFO, you see this UFO, it just disappears and it because I thought maybe throw the frisbee and then.
Oh, sorry.
So you can save your buddy.
I didn't actually start it, but yeah, if you this is it only works in practice anyway.
Okay.
So it doesn't work if you're actually competing, but if the UFO comes on screen and you start, it just disappears.
Okay. You scared the UFO away by trying to throw.
I thought maybe the person would get abducted and the disc would just fly and hit the ground.
Yeah. You know, it'd be really awesome is if it was still kind of like on the screen and then you hit it with the thing, and that's why it went away.
I'm trying to my joystick's way over there. I'm trying to play it with one hand.
I love it.
But yeah, that
good.
was.
And is this World Games?
No, it's California Games.
California Games.
Yeah,
I didn't know
this is the flying disc event. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, you know what? I should probably say hi to the chat here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know we have an intro. So
Who do we got?
Lloyd JRM.
Yeah, what's up?
We got Jen Joke.
Yeah.
Ian Hobbies.
Ian, what's going on?
Sucker MC.
What's up?
We have Fan Fiction channel member.
What's going on?
Dan Ruff. Atari Fan 72.
Hey, what's up?
Julian D.
What's going on?
Arnold Barakis. Yeah,
what's going on?
Right.
Yeah.
Jason Shears watching from work.
In and out. That's still cool.
Right. Archive gig footage.
What's going on?
Who else do we have? Who else? Ah, sorry. Lemony Pie.
Hi, what's up? Yeah.
Oh, hey, Roger Oliver. Hey.
What's going on, Roger? How's it going?
Crimson Cross.
Crimson Cross.
I heard retro.
What's up?
1 inch biceps.
Cool. What's going on? 1 inch.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good stuff. Chat representing as always.
Yeah. Love it. Ooh, Atari Age homebrew card. Yeah. That's actually more possible now. So I'm sure all of you are probably aware since Atari bought Atari Age.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm like.
Well, if that's going to happen, I don't think that would happen for at least a year or so.
Oh yeah, I mean you got to get some ducks in the row and all that kind of stuff. And then and I guess I mean obviously Albert agreed to that, and then became a member of Atari. So I mean I guess that's congrats in order to Albert and everybody over at Atari Age. But yeah, I mean that's pretty that's a pretty neat thing if it means good stuff for the fans, right? Because Atari Age is an awesome place to get a lot of really cool homebrew stuff, and if they're gonna bring that stuff in, and then all of a sudden,
I think I bought at least 6 or 7 homebrews from there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know if it was because of the deal or not, but it just so happens that they make that announcement this week, and then this week's releases are 2 Muddy Vision games that show up on the VCS store, which is pretty neat. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to dive in and check those out as well on the VCS side. But absolutely, I mean, why not? Like Atari seems to love putting their stuff everywhere. So hey, you want to put some more stuff out on Evercade in the way of doing some homebrew stuff?
Heck
sure.
yeah.
Like just throw this stuff out there and get it in the hands of more people, because these homebrew games are awesome, and I think more people should check them out. So
well, here's the other thing too. It might be the only way we might be able to play some of the homebrew. So I don't know if you all saw, but like John Hancock put out a video, like he compared the Retron 77.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was talking about something, and like the reason, so like I didn't, so like 8, so like what is it, like 4K and 8K games work, but like some of the homebrew games, they're 32K and they use some type of bank switching. And I didn't know. So and one of the main issues with the Retron 77 is they couldn't update like the cartridge slot firmware or to do that. However, if they can do that with the Atari 2600 Plus, then it'll be compatible to play everything.
But why would it not be compatible to play certain games? That's what I don't understand.
Because the bank, apparently, kind of like how he explained, it's the bank switching. It's just that wasn't compatible, and hopefully the 2600
like the Atari,
Plus will be.
No, it's not. The 2600 Plus isn't compatible with everything. They put out a compatibility list, and there's 3 games outright they say it won't work. Mm-hmm. But why won't they work?
Yeah, but it depends if it can do bank switching, but the point I was going to make is the Retron like 77 can play like everything digital. So if for some reason it can't, then if we get an Evercade collection that had those cards, we would still be able to play them. That's all. Like that would
right. Because that's the Circus Convoy problem, right?
Exactly.
So Circus Convoy doesn't. If you have the cart and put it into a Retron, it does not work. Right. But if you download the ROM and put it on the SD card and put the SD card into the Retron, it will load the ROM. So you still can play it on the Retron.
Retron 77, but they is there an update where you could where you're not limited as to the number of ROMs you could put in an SD card?
Because you have to
limited to like 10 or 20 games or something.
You have to go to Stella's website and then download the 6.
Oh, okay, it's on Stella's website, because I did occasionally look for it. I just didn't know where to look.
There's a special Retron 6.6 firmware.
I think I might have to get that actually before I forget about it.
It would definitely, like, in my opinion, as far as someone that's interested in the 2600 Plus and all that kind of stuff, it would behoove Atari to like start looking at that compatibility, at least for the enthusiasts, to be like, okay, well, at launch, this thing's not going to be able to do whatever you're going to want it to do. However, if you want to put in some legwork, we're going to put out some updates, and then we're going to try to make it as more compatible with all of these things as possible. That would almost be expected that you would do that, especially with all the moves that they've been making, right? Like, why bring in an arm of a fan base that has done homebrew games over and over again without doing that stuff, right? Hey, what's up, Ballistic? What's going on? It doesn't make any. It wouldn't make any sense to me to be like, oh, hey, you know what we're gonna buy Atari Age, and then we're not gonna do any homebrew stuff.
Yeah.
At all. Like, it's just it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. I'm hoping that maybe since Evercade and Atari have a good relationship, that they'll keep each other honest, because it's like, hey, if these ROMs can work on this Atari cart, or I'm sorry, on the Evercade cart, then they should work on the Atari and vice versa. And then it's like, hey, let's have collections for both. Everybody wants everything.
Yeah, and well, Ballistic makes a good point here. He says that the 2600 Plus isn't a homebrew machine legally, but that that means it still could be. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But that's why I'm saying, like, right out of the gate, like they're not going to advertise it. It's just like, oh, here is the homebrew machine thing, because that's not their market. Their market is like, like, hey, remember that Atari thing? Like, if you go in your closet, you still have 20 carts from when you were 7. Put this in this thing and they work. Isn't that cool? That's their market. Like, that's not even really us. Even though we are part of that giant thing, because I have stacks and stacks of them downstairs yet to see if they still work, right? And the second I find out any and or all of them work, we're just gonna, I'm gonna be playing them all day on that thing. So and I do have a Retron, so it's I kind of get the best of both worlds.
What hat am I wearing?
The cool thing though is
this hat. This hat.
Oh, there we go.
Fall into the jack. Yeah. Sometimes I change it up. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I'll wear my usual like Evercade attire. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is what I put on what I'm wearing to go out.
There you go.
So yeah, actually, this hat was given to me by my brother-in-law because he's fortunately he's not one of those people where one size fits all. But I like it because it's breathable and it's auto adjusting.
Wait, 18 £, for 20 Atari games?
That's pretty good.
Or 25 £, for one. The math doesn't work there.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I think I mean like if you get like an Evercade
if
card.
The new Atari carts are all $30.
But yeah, I really hope this does because actually lately I've been revisiting Atari 1 on the Evercade and it's still I don't know it still holds up like even like Centipede and all that like 2600 Centipede you have your choice but yeah there's just some cool things. So one thing I do say changing gears a little bit. I do want to talk about before we get into polls. I do want to talk about the news. There's just a few. There's just kind of a few things. One of them, I'm sure everybody. I'm sure everybody saw. Yeah, I'm sure everybody saw this. So something like this is so. When I kind of was talking about earlier, like something like this, I don't blame Blaze for at all. Like there's things that are out of their control. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I think that they could do is have a more consistent schedule, kind of like they used to. So that way, when this does happen, it doesn't seem like a longer wait. It won't be, it won't be too bad. I'm just glad the communication is there. Again, one thing I'm gonna try to keep them honest on, just like the consistency. Have like the Evercade game of the month on a certain date. Next year, have the lineup of the cards a certain way. But that's just kind of because then. So I mean, I understand like some people may not care as far as getting them, but like as a content creator, it would make things a lot easier. Like knowing when certain stuff is going to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I think if they didn't announce this, people would be like, "Hey, where's my stuff?"
Announce this.
Absolutely. No, you got to keep everybody aware of things when you know that there's going to be, some kind of hit or a delay in receiving your product. But it seems weird that it's almost like they have bad holiday season luck. Blaze. I mean, it's you get close to that holiday season, and I don't know, maybe the distributors are just like, it's Blaze. They'll deal. Everybody else has got to get in the front of the line, but it's just like, man, they can't seem to catch a break as soon as it turns into September. Mm-hmm. Which again, I mean, I don't fault Blaze for that. It's just that I wonder if there is some kind of like negotiation thing. Like if Andrew could, moving forward, could be like, hey, can we make sure we can like solidify some dates? Please.
I was expecting it. Every year, like this is year 3 or year 4, like Evercade delays. That's just normal for them. So,
but it's always the same.
I call it the ever delay.
But it's always the same time frame, right? You get close to the end of quarter 3 and into quarter 4, and then you're just like, well, this is the thing that happens.
They don't learn their lesson. They've done this 3 years in a row, where everything they try to put out from September to Christmas, they get delayed. So I'm waiting for the Duke Nukem delay. I'm waiting for all the delays to happen. They're going to happen. Plan for them to happen, because I think they're on the lowest part of the totem pole when it comes to stuff coming out of China, because they're just a tiny little company.
Yeah.
So if I was them, I'm like, stop trying to ship stuff in the last quarter of the year. Maybe kind of work into your advantage and ship more earlier.
Yeah. I mean, or if you do, maybe just start using nebulous release dates.
Yeah,
because it's going to happen.
They're creating this themselves, right? Like, it's not like this is the first time it happened during this time frame where something's been delayed. It was
see, that's what I mean. But consistency, because they've said in the past, we've solved all these issues. Or I was just going to say, if that time of the year is going to be slower, have the carts already done, have them sent out to all the resellers, so they actually have them in the warehouse. So when the time comes, boom, they can just, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Well, like they know there's a problem here. They can't.
Well, but the weird thing is, it's like, so here's the frustration part, right? If I put my like executive at Blaze hat on, even though I have no affiliation at all, but looking at it from like, you know, real high up, it's always a different thing, right? You know, like you get the product, someone takes it from you, or you get the product and you're ready to ship, but the people that are supposed to deliver decide they don't want to work right now. You know, or, you know, like, or now here you're not even receipt of the product because the people that are trying to ship it to the people get it to the distributor have a delay. You know, like it's just like, well, which one? Well, how do I navigate all of these issues? I mean, obviously you can't.
I think I know what the issue is, and I think it kind of goes back to what Pete was saying. Haven't learned their lesson. They're trying to do too much. Like they tried to push for 14 carts instead of 12.
Well,
I don't, you know, they keep pushing, and then you look on
the numbers. It's their inability to know they can't ship in the fourth quarter of a year. Like, get away from that. Don't ship in the fourth quarter.
Well, but here's
the thing: manufacturing to have it done before then. Like, it's not.
Oh, have it shipped. Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
It's not rocket science. The company's been doing this forever. Like they need to learn. Like there's no learning going on in that company, which is hilarious when I look at it. It's like, what are you guys? You just banging your head against the wall every fall, and you know what? Fine, you're delayed, but like you could avoid all of this. This all could be avoided, especially since they constantly say, "Oh, we planned out our contracts a year in advance." Well, plan out your manufacturing a year in advance. And
exactly
a year in advance, like
exactly, Pete. And that goes back to my pet. Like I feel like they're not organized as they need to be.
Well,
and they're not, and they're not as consistent. And then you look on Discord and they say, "Oh, we're shorts. You know, we're always hiring more people." But that's the same excuse they always use. We've doubled our staff. Like they say that every year. I'm like,
so here's a weird.
I kind of get tired of it.
Here's a weird question. I don't need the carts. I'm just saying. I'm just adding commentary on how they're running their business. It's like delays are avoidable, because there's really nothing happening in the world right now that would cause it. Like, you know, everything was COVID or the ship in the lock and all that crap, right? But I mean, you know, you can plan around those things, like the regular things. Like I have no idea what the shipping delay is. What other companies experiencing that?
Here's a weird question, right?
Good points.
What if they're in a slight make to order situation, right? Because we know the cadence, right? With carts, it's they announce, and then maybe a month later, 2 months later, or something like that, it's the pre-order window while they're announcing the next set of carts, right? And then they ship that, you know, then it should be shipping the carts that you had the previous time, right? Is it too short of a window? So then when those delays happen, there's no flexibility. Like, should it be 3 months between pre-order open date and actual release of product, or 4 instead of 2?
Could be funding. They don't have the money to pay for manufacturing until they get it, which is a month before or 2 months before. So it could be that. You're
but if you move the pre-order window up, right? If you shift it to pre-ordering at 3 months in advance or 4 months in advance, you're getting that pre-order money in, so you can use that to slot your manufacturing slots. But if you're giving yourself more time, then you can navigate those issues. Then you're gonna hit your date regardless of whatever happens. Because these are not huge slips, right? You know, you're talking, what is it, 10 days in the first set and then 2 weeks on the second. I mean, that sounds to me like if you had that extra month as a buffer, or a little more, month and a half, say, you know, added to the time, then you're avoiding most of these troubles, and then no one knows the difference, right? Because you just changed the way your cadence is.
No, I agree, Rich. And not only that, if they're worried about ordering too much stock, well, they've been in business 3 years, like they have the data. Like they kind of know, like on average, like how much they're going to send to fund stock, how much Video Games Plus. Right. Yeah, it's you know, and if anything, that's, you know, that kind of goes back to the whole thing with Blaze. If anything, that's one thing, and we try to keep them honest on, like consistency, learn lessons, move on. You know what I mean? Like really, like, you know, that's all. That's when you do get the product, it's a great, it's a great product. So
it's no big deal. I'm just commenting on the fact that it's kind of funny that they haven't, as a business, learned how to operate their business, because every time they announce this, like it's good for them to announce it. Obviously, let people know.
Oh yeah.
All that's good. It's just that you're doing it all the time, and eventually you're going to lose credibility as a company. It's just natural. People like, I'm already making jokes. It's called the ever delay because we get them all the time. Like you don't want that narrative to be on your company.
Yeah. Well, and then
look at Polymega and look at Atari, and like Atari's recovered with the VCS, but the narrative on Atari for 2 years was a joke company, right? With the VCS. Mm-hmm. Look at the Intellivision Amico, that turned into a tire fire.
I can't. It doesn't exist.
Exactly, right? So there's so many things that that happens, and I just think it's kind of funny myself. It's like, come on, guys, get your act together over there. I got enough to play because this game in a month is very addictive.
I've heard that is it's a good one.
I don't know how to get to the next world though. I've been playing the same world forever.
So this is going to be my video next week, and all I'm going to say is that I'll be honest, I was disappointed by that. I have no idea how to play it or what I'm doing. Graphically, it looks great, but it's
you're disappointed because you don't know what you're doing.
Well, well, it's not intuitive, right? It's not
a lot of things aren't.
No, but it's not like this. It's not intuitive. It's just there's pieces that go there. It's not like Tetris, and it's just It should be.
I can't remember intuitive. What kind of game is this. It's not a puzzle game. I thought it was an RPG.
It is though, kind of. I don't know.
It looks like a puzzle RPG kind of thing.
It reminds me of that game Crow we play there, where you go around the track and you get you collect stuff. What's it called? That game you introduced me to.
I go around the track and collect stuff.
Yeah, it's the player just automatically goes through the world, and you can speed them up.
Loop Hero. Yeah, Loop Hero. So Loop Hero's a great game. Yeah,
has elements of that game in it.
Oh, I might like this.
The other thing too that I'll say that I've noticed.
No, you won't like it because I like it.
The other thing I've noticed too is that they came out with some bangers, and then slowly they've kind of gone to their weaker games, mixing and what I mean, mixing.
I think this is a banger. I think this is really fun.
If you're saying it's like Loop Hero, I'm sure this is a great game.
I don't know. It has influences from Loop Hero.
It's a good source to be influenced from.
Right.
We'll see. It's one of those things where if it has my interest to spend more time to maybe figure out, I may do a follow up. But it's just you know me. If it's not pick up and play, then it feels like it's work and it's not enjoyable. And then I'm like, meh. But the graphics and everything look cool. But yeah, next week I'll
bangers and mash.
I think it's really pick up and play.
It's a good dish though.
All I can say is next week I'll kind of. Well, yeah, I mean that's cool and maybe I could be doing something wrong, but I was just I
really enjoy it. I'm really enjoying it. I just need to figure out how to get to the next level because I've been stuck in the first kind of area.
Better than the double jump. Yeah. Well, so and that is something to talk about because they did come out with some really really good game, and that's what I was kind of saying, the spacing of the games. I mean, eventually we're going to get to because not every game on a collection is going to be a banger.
Well, it's just but that's everyone's opinion, right? Just example, Julian didn't do the world redrawn, right? But it's
me neither.
But by far it's in it's already in my top 10 on the cart.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Is that because there's only going to be 10 games on the cart?
I mean, there's probably going to be 12, right?
Yeah. At least. Maybe I'll do Doodle World next month because I have that one. I mean, it's definitely sometimes it depends on when content comes out. I'll when things come out, I'll kind of skip that. But yeah, it's this one's. I don't know. It's interesting. I'll need to spend more time with it.
I was gonna. Yeah. I'm really interested now. I might have to boot that up and try.
So before we do in the collection, I wanted to ask people how they kind of feel about
It's a good point. 0 point.
I always like to gauge the tone of of our viewers, how they feel about the carts, what everyone's looking forward to, and I got 91 votes, and I said, what are you the most excited about? And yeah, people Duke Nukem.
Well, yeah, it's a heavy hitter.
It's a year of Duke Nukem, and I can't wait for the delay. You think they're delaying carts by 2 weeks? This is hardware. We might get this by spring of 2024.
I'll be happy if stuff gets delayed. It'll give me more time to catch up.
God.
You know, actually, Phil, I don't mind either. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, well, again, it's like, you know, there it is. There it is still.
What is that?
My last set of Evercade carts that I still haven't opened yet.
Oh boy.
You know what's funny is when I went camping last weekend, I did bring my Evercade, and I opened up those carts and I brought those cartridges with me, but I never played them. I only played the games I hadn't played in the Commodore 64 collection too.
Yeah.
I've done that.
We should probably, considering hardly any of us are playing Evercade games regularly, maybe we should rename this podcast.
Hey, I
mean, it's not that I'm not playing Evercade. It's just that I'm not playing that because
I'm like I played like world games for like a week. Like
yeah, but
for me,
you're weird though.
For me, I play. I just, you know, I play through them and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the next thing. I'm ready for, because so here's kind of the difference. Like if I just want to play games, can play them in anything, but Evercade, it's a unique experience, right? Like it's fun to get the stuff in the mail. It's the discovery. Like for me, it's a different experience just buying, like, you know, like buying a game that's like advertised like on Steam or like PS4. Like it's a total different experience.
Mm.
And
I'm constantly I think now, like for my Evercade, it's like I play on my EXP, but I think most fun I'm having with it is the arcade game multiplayers. When people are around, we play a lot of those 2-player games. So I've been using a lot of my DS lately.
Yeah, I've been playing more of that. So real quick, so this was high. What kind of surprise? Of course, 10% of the people are like mad, you know, or trolls or whatever. But what surprised me though is like the Astaborg, whatever, Good Boy collection, like just barely. Like I would have thought Full Void would have been higher or Sunsoft, because I'll be honest, I'm looking more forward to the Good Boy Witch Demons than I am like the Duke Nukem. Even though I love Duke Nukem, right. I haven't played like this stuff at all, and it's like the very much the type of indie game.
Well, you haven't played 2 of the Duke Nukem games either, right?
Well, that's the first ones. But
yeah, you haven't played those. Like a lot of people probably haven't played those. Yeah, but I'm like really excited about Duke Nukem and the Good Boy Witch ones. The other ones, I'm like, not really. I mean, like they're okay, I guess. I'll play them. Hopefully, I'll like them. We'll see.
I think the other part of me too is I want Blaze to be able to pull it off, but I don't want to get my hopes up until I see it. You know what I mean?
For Duke?
Yeah, because what seems to happen?
Doing a video on Tuesday on Duke Nukem.
Yeah,
that's weird.
It's because I'll tell you, and it kind of goes back to whatever kid.
Like diary on a game that's 20-something years old.
It kind of goes back to
they're doing new work on it. I mean, I'm interested to see that video. You know, like I'm interested to see what they're doing, because how awesome is it to be like, hey, you know, we got Gearbox to let us like play with this, and this is the story of how we did this. Like, I'm interested to hear that for sure.
I just want to play again.
But here's going to be the make or break moment, because here's typically what's happened in the past. They go to a new system like Amiga, C64. Some major annoying thing is broken. They come out with a day one patch. You got to remember, like that. I think people might forget the C64. Like certain games wouldn't load after a while if you put it like in the. You know, that's kind of my concern. Is that like, because of all this extra stuff, something is always like broken. And I really hope that's not the case. Like, that's all I want Blaze to do. Just make the carts, make them good. Don't have these like nonsense few day patches, and stop trying to do too much. Like Pete said, they haven't figured out their business model yet, and sometimes they get irritated.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a QC thing, right? But you know, again, when you're looking around the Blaze office, you know, how many people can do QC prior to release? You know, like that might be something that they need to work on, right?
Yeah, they probably need to
find some more people out and be like, hey, you know, let's actually build, you know, like a 10 plus people QC team before the release, and just be like, here,
outsource that.
Let's get exactly, absolutely.
Man, like, come on. I like the one Ballistic Coffee Boy. I wonder if the Super Pocket Boys, or whatever the hell they're called, is going to get delayed.
Yeah, the Super Pockets.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, no announcements there, and then, you know,
yeah,
here we are on the 9th.
Dark. Like, they've gone dark. Like,
here we are on 9/9, and it's, what is it, mid-October?
Mid-October.
Right?
It's like, I'm waiting for.
See, I wonder if they're
make a tech delay.
I wonder if they like prioritize the Super Pockets over the Evercade stuff.
See, I hope not.
But that's the thing, right? This is the worry that we
they're
had when
not
Hyper Mega Tech
separate
announced
companies.
this stuff, right?
Well, they're separate companies, but
Technically,
Yeah,
on paper, but come on. Yeah. But yeah, see, in I think Sunsoft is underhyped. But again, it's that like that I'm really looking forward to.
I agree there too.
I do get see I do have the PS1 version like that. Yeah, I'm kind of concerned about that, but it's still great to see. I'd like to see Blaze announce a game that would be immediately available. No, wait, they have enough history to make that happen. Yeah, we'll have to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still loving Jester.
Oh, dude, yeah, Jester is great.
They're going to be available at retail.
Jester's the best game on the Cindy Hunter.
Anyone say anything else? The Net Void Studios, Dual Cart, Duke Nukem, Asborg and Asborg. Full Void. Have to come get some. Sunsoft. Yes, I mean I appreciate everyone's feedback, but yeah, Duke Nukem. So that's definitely they've. It's great that Blaze is like they've tapped into that. They've tapped into that nostalgia. And so for me, they like it's immediately crucial that has to be gotten right. Like day one, like no excuses, right? That's like that. That's I don't know. That's my whole thing. Testers you just gotta spend some time with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Just saying it has 10 levels doesn't really tell me how long the game is because I don't know how long the levels are.
Right.
I haven't gotten past 4. I don't know if they're randomly generated, but still things get faster. Well, when I did my my update on it, the only thing I don't like is that like your dude's like this big and like your guy's the same size of like the doorway that you go through. So yeah, it is kind of like frustrating sometimes getting through that. But yeah, again, those are bite-sized games. Like I have nothing wrong. That's what's great about Arcade and Indie Collection. You can kind of go through, and you can play through those games quickly, and they're a lot of fun. But then the downside is you play through those games quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of games, you all want to? We have a few more games to talk about on Gaelco Arcade 2.
Sweet.
If I can share a friggin' video file. And I'm just doing these like in order from
Thunderhoop.
So yeah, what do you guys think of this? Like a Rambo. No. So what do you guys think of this one?
This is Thunderhoop?
Yeah, Thunderhoop 2.
Yeah, Thunderhoop 2. I mean, I thought it was kind of funny. It's kind of a hilarious game, just in visual aspects of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I basically play it. It's been a while since I played it, but yeah, just visually.
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons I liked Alligator Hunt too, was because of the visuals. But this is awesome.
Yeah, this one may be one of the wildest arcade games I think I've seen in a really long time.
But talk about a significant transition from the first game. Like it's completely different.
Right.
Yes. No, I'm glad you brought that up because I love that. Like that's why I don't know if one is necessarily better. They're completely different. This one feels more like a run and gun.
Yeah, it's a different type of. I mean, yeah, you're platforming, you're shooting, but two totally different types of games.
Contra but goofy. Oh, that's a tough one. What's better, buy a mechanical toy or this? Probably buy a mechanical toy, but I don't know. For me,
that's a tough one. They both. It comes down to the flaws both games have, and they both have different flaws. So I don't know.
Hey, I just like when your character dies, it doesn't do that irritating scream like in the first one.
Just that. Yeah, I got the solution. Don't die.
Don't die.
Don't die. There you go. But yeah, this is one of my favorite games on this card. I think it's great.
I don't know if I'd put it. Where did I put this when I ranked the games? Let's see here. We're talking about Gaelco 2. I guess I did put it at the number 3 spot. So yeah, I must have liked it.
It's just so different. It's
Yeah, it's like silly. This is like one of those silly fun games.
It's awesome.
It's like if the developers of the first one started doing math. Oh my god! But yeah, this one was great. This is one of those ones that like you put in the cart and you can like play through it again.
Yeah,
like I think the replay is there.
Well, there is one section of this game that I didn't like, and that was when you're riding the platform and you have to jump over the spikes.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's irritating. That stuff. Yeah. No, and actually, so someone mentioned like when you save and so. I think Jen joke what I mean for the bugs. I noticed like with that section, if you died and then did a reload, like the thingy that you get on like didn't appear back. Like I think I had that happen. So actually I had to beat like a whole section without a save state. I wonder if that's meaning, or maybe it was just my playthrough. But yeah, no, I think this game. It's
funny. I don't really remember the bosses, but watching this, it seems very clever, his attack patterns and stuff.
Right. I was about to say, like, as far as like the design, it's almost like you're fighting a cross between Koopa and a Ninja Turtle.
I was gonna say, it looks like you're fighting something that would have appeared in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
It does. Well, they obviously like ripped off whatever they could, right? It just got inspired by stuff, right?
I mean, come on now, like
we'd all do the same thing. It's like Astyanax, right? They were obviously wanting to make
the last
Aliens game.
Right?
It's like, let's throw in an extra level. Put in
Aliens. And it's just Aliens. No one will ever see it because it's an arcade, and
like,
purple stuff.
They've already beat the final boss of the game, but let's have them fight aliens afterwards.
Yeah, awesome.
Right?
It's literally a xenomorph.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I mean,
anything else to say? Oh, go yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just like the design of the alien enemies that they were just like shooting down at you. For whatever reason, I'm reminded of The Fifth Element.
Oh yeah, great.
The lady from the opera.
Oh
yes, totally.
It's like it's pretty crazy.
What does she say all the time? Multipass.
Oh yeah. Well, not Lilu. Yeah.
It's Lilu.
Multipass.
Multipass.
But it's
only you know what? I'm surprised yet that we don't have that. We're supposed to be getting dip switches. Hopefully on the arcade carts they'll do that. The save states that automatically save your score.
Right.
Because then you could actually use like competition mode and stuff and save your high score.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, totally.
Well, you could use save states to save your score.
Yeah, but let me just put it this way: when you play like Atari 50, or you play like Coin Ops or something, and it's built in like how it should be, you're like, oh, it makes a big difference because then maybe you don't always want to do save states. Sometimes I like save states. Sometimes I feel like they can disrupt the flow of my gaming. But
yeah,
it should just going to be built in. Yeah, hey, listen, we knock a lot on Blaze, but I feel like we're keeping them honest. Battletoads versus Double Dragon. Yeah, I could kind of see that.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, maybe.
Battletoad Double Dragon's awesome because they use the Battletoads fighting engine in that game for the dragons. Yeah. So it's really good. You get to do all kinds of different moves.
I thought it was kind of a weird crossover. I did play it. I haven't played it much, but yeah.
Continue.
That's good stuff. Thunder Hoop 2, the math really kicked it. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh my goodness.
100% true.
It's like, what should we do for Thunder Hoop 2? And the higher ups are like, I don't care, do whatever you want.
Right?
I mean, that definitely seems like that is absolutely the case. It's like, yeah, let's do it.
It's like if they thought it up in their head, they put it in the game.
Yeah. That's good. That's good times.
Cool. All right, why don't we got two more games. Touch and Go. Let me see. I totally forget the name of the title.
It's volleyball.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
This game is
fun.
I was like on the fence with this one until I discovered the super spike move, and I was like, "Oh, this game is awesome!"
Yeah, man. I really liked this game when I did a little preview on it.
He's so
Love
disappointed.
the animations.
I missed it.
Like,
But I used to love Super Spike V-Ball on NES. Was it NES?
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Too.
Or the Super NES, one of them. Anyway,
It's
I
NES,
just love
NES.
that game.
Yes, it's on the Technos collection.
Yeah, it's because it's a Kunio-kun game. They just took out. The
I just
Kunio.
loved those games growing up, like because I used to love playing beach volleyball in general, or just regular volleyball. So those games really hit home.
Yeah, these are.
I tell you,
cool.
For me, this game might be my favorite sports game on the Evercade, or definitely arcade. And I'll tell you why, because it controls well. You can see the thing, and it's just one button. Like they made it like simple enough. They made it good enough to play. Like I really, this one surprised me. Like,
No,
I
the
really ended up
Gaelco
liking this.
Arcade 1 has a tennis game on it, I think. Is it? Which one is the new? Which
yeah,
is the new
Ultimate
arcade
Tennis,
game
yeah.
as tennis?
Wait, what? Gaelco tennis.
It's Snowboard Championship and World Rally, or the sports-ish games on.
No, the newest collection we got a golf game on it. Which one was it?
The newest collection had a golf.
Are you
game?
talking about
Tailplan Arcade?
Ultimate Tennis?
Toa
Yeah, the
Plane
one that
Arcade?
just came out. It's got a tennis game on it. That's
Are you
amazing.
talking about Pico?
That must be Pico.
The latest
Pico
arcade,
Arcade, yeah.
arcade collection.
Yeah, Pico.
I haven't played
Pico
that.
Arcade 1, right?
Is it Pico Arcade 1?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
only
yeah, it
one
is.
Pico arcade cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because like
Okay.
for me, the two
Oh, really?
fighting
Yeah,
games
that one.
and that were the least
Yeah,
memorable.
that one.
Yeah.
There's a tennis game on it that's fantastic. I forget what it's called.
Ultimate Tennis.
Well,
Oh,
if you
yeah,
think
Ultimate
about
Tennis.
it, that kind of is like Pico Arcade 3 because
Mhm.
Gaelco
Yeah.
Arcade is kind of our Pico collections.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. But
It
there's-
even
Yeah,
says
yeah.
Pico on the box, actually, in tiny letters.
yeah.
Yeah, this would really
Yeah.
be fun with multiple players. But yeah, no, I like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think as you go through the game and beat all the teams, I think the crowd gets bigger and bigger in the back.
Oh, that's cool.
Like if you skip ahead in the video, skip ahead like way further down the video, I think
Oh,
you
yeah.
see.
I don't know why I didn't notice that before, but yeah. Here's your old Gaelco logo, and
Yeah,
there's the Pico right there, hanging in there, and then your Peggy logo. There you go.
no, not on mine. Peggy logo not allowed.
Carl doesn't like Peggy.
That's good
Air
stuff.
Jump versus Rimini Beach.
Rimini Beach.
Yeah, see, look at the crowd's much bigger.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I
I
played through like a whole season or whatever.
I still like how every I think it's every game or every win, like the cheerleaders come out from the side.
Oh,
It
nice.
always cracks. You missed.
So Jillian says imagining
Kicks
Pete in
the
the snow playing volleyball. Yeah, he's imagining you, Pete. Why are you imagining Pete? Oh my god.
That's
Oh
funny.
my god. All right, and then yeah, I guess you know what we have. World Rally 2, and then we've actually gotten through a whole nother collection. Oh
Woohoo.
my god. How do we do it?
Damn it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Something happened somewhere.
That's,
So yeah, what do you guys think? I don't know. What do you guys think of?
it's very much World Rally 1 if you have selection of vehicle, but I can't remember what it was that made me say that the first one was still better. But I think this was like my number 2 game in the collection because I really like these type of games.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This one does have shortcuts.
I think that's what
too.
it comes down to because for me, like I don't like for driving games. I want to, I don't want this kind of horror. I want to see things straight on, and this one seemed to be like a clone of the first game. Like to me, it was too much. So it's like if you like the first game, you'll like this. If you don't like the first game, then you won't.
Unlike Thunder Hoop 2, this is very much the first game. But you do have a selection of vehicles, at least in this one. But yeah, it does. I think this one does get harder near the end too.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Are the cars different, or are they just like different colors, or do they? Actually
I think they do have different performance. I think. I
think so. And I remember. I remember playing this for like not only on here but on the ALU behind me. This is one of Douglas's favorites. He loves playing this one, and it's pretty cool.
I do think it's funny that the hand.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. For me, though, racing games, especially arcade games, I have a high stand. Like, I am one of those people like to get the full experience. Like, I want to play it in the arcade with the steering wheel and the pedals because it's like it's totally.
Let me burst your bubble. This arcade game never had a steering wheel.
Yeah,
it was only ever
joystick. I can see that. Yeah, see, that's like. Yeah, for me, that's why like this isn't like what I like kind of experience that I want like out of a racing game. I like to. I don't know.
You're just trying to beat the clock. I like these type of games with racing. I mean, as long as it's playable.
Right.
And this is it's telegraphing the moves. You do kind of have to memorize some of the tracks later down the line in order to pass. But I think that goes without saying with almost any racing game.
But see, I found like the snowboarding game also like frustrating on the front, like the turn, you have to kind of memorize it. You just can't, it's like.
I felt that the controls were a little bit backwards on the snowboarding game.
Ridge Racer. Yeah, I mean it's not fair to compare it to that, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, maybe it was. I don't remember if we had the different type of environment changes. Like you hear it's at night. I think the first one might have had night as well. But I think there's other ones where you're in the snow and in the rain as well.
Yep.
It could be, if I'm remembering correct. I don't know if the first game had that or not.
I'm not sure. I don't know about the effects, but it might have had some of the same, like similar terrain. Like there were slick tracks and not, But yeah, RMGB, hi, by the way. Saying it's, I like how that's a 90s WRX, but the livery slightly edited. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It does look like a WRX. It actually looks like a WRX that I used to, like I had a friend of mine had a WRX, so let me borrow it for, I don't know, like 6-7 months or something like that. It was a good time.
Yeah, so for me overall with this cart, there's definitely some good games, but not as strong as the first collection.
Yeah. Hey Ryan, what's up?
Hey, look who decided to show up at the end after we say all the nasty stuff. Now.
It's all planned. They show up, so they don't have to.
I don't want to hear you guys' opinions. Yeah.
Figured out the HDMI. It worked on my TV. It doesn't work on my monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had my game, my Founders Edition. Every now and then, the HDMI just loses its connection. I don't know if it's my cord or not. I have to plug it back in.
You're talking about the VS or EXP?
My VS. Well, I don't use HDMI.
Oh.
Yeah, my VS every now and then I'll screen goes flat and I can't find the VS and I have to replug my cable in. So I don't know if my port's getting faulty.
I've never had that issue.
Yeah. It could be my HDMI cord too, right? So.
Yeah, I mean that could be it too, or connection on either a loose connection on either the television or the Evercade. I don't know.
Yeah, I never use my EXP HDMI thing because I've got a handheld console. I don't want to hook it up to the TV because I have a VS. So
well, yeah, I think that's the thing for me. It's like the VS has, has kind of negated the need for the port on my EXP as well. Although I do actually super appreciate the recessed thing inside of the EXP, because that adapter that I got that has it's like the little plastic adapter, it fits really, really nice in there. And then I've never had when I did use it, I've never had an issue with mine. However, I think it's almost time for a new little pass-through capture box, because sometimes it acts up on me when I'm playing.
I just wanted
VS.
it for like capturing footage, because then that, depending on where my VS is in the house, sometimes I'll use the. No, that's what I liked about the OG one and all. And all that. No, and I get they went with a different chip manufacturer, but for me that was one of the things that I said, like, hey, the other one you could plug in, this one the compatibility isn't there, and it seems like maybe it was something that was overlooked. I don't know. Kind of debatable whether maybe we do or don't need an HDMI port. But yeah, for capturing footage, and you can also point your camera at it. But I haven't figured out that setup yet.
Yeah, well, I would say though, like, if there ever is a third revision of a handheld or whatever, like 100% like keep that in, because there are people that don't have VSs or not, never going to get a VS or whatever. Always leave the functionality there rather than pull it out. That's my opinion anyway.
By the time the next one gets released, like, I think now, since the standard has kind of been set by the Steam Deck and other devices, if you have a handheld device that actually has an HDMI out like port on it, that seems to be old tech. It's like, because you do it through like the USB, the USB-C.
Like with a dock or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
I mean that could be the next thing I guess you could do for sure. But I do like the convenience factor of just having, like, just stick a cable in it and then you're good. You don't have to have another piece of hardware to stick it in, like, Switch or Steam Deck like or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
well, technically, if it's mini HDMI, I know what you mean. You'd have to have that little dab. It's convenience, but then the full HDMI port would probably cost more, maybe take up too much room.
For sure. Yeah, but I
was gonna say the mini HDMI port seems to be really popular, because I was looking for a portable television, and one of the things I wanted on it was like a regular size HDMI port. But like literally like 95% of them have mini HDMI ports on it.
Yep.
Huh.
It's pretty wild. Oh yeah, like having the HDMI and the EXP, because I travel, hook it up to the hotel TV. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that happened on vacation, for sure. So.
I mean, I had toyed around with bringing that little portable television with me, just so I would hook up the handheld to a television and have a bigger screen. But then I didn't take it, because I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to play it.
Yeah, different things to different folks. It does kind of crack me up sometimes. I've seen different Steam Deck videos and like, hey, I bring this and I bring my screen and then I bring my controller, and then I'm like, well, if you're bringing all that stuff, you might as well bring a mini PC. I don't know. I'm looking at like that's the whole point of having a handheld, so you can bring it like as it is.
I'll tell you what, one time I went camping and I saw at one campsite, they had there was these guys and they had a folding table set out, and they had 3 full-size computers out there, and they're all playing games on it out in the open. I was like, okay, why you brought your whole computer setups with you to camping?
Wow. Wow. Yeah, not laptops. They're full. It's like a LAN party.
It's called freedom, people. It's called freedom.
It's like you could have done that at home.
Coming from 3 Americans, like, you guys invented freedom. Like, I don't begrudge anybody doing anything that makes them happy, as long as they're not hurting people. That's all I care about.
Right?
Yeah,
true.
It's not really true. Nothing is free.
Freedom.
So, anything else you all want to bring up, Evercade related, or is anyone in the chat want to bring up anything else?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely excited about the video that we were talking about earlier. I'm going to be watching.
Is that coming out Tuesday?
Yeah. Likely I'll do a reaction or that kind of thing. Of course, we're going to talk about it next week as well. But
I got a new podcast starting.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Ooh,
hamburgers this time?
It's going to be called Evercade After Dark.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Is it Sundays again?
I don't know.
It's After Dark.
Evercade After Dark. We get into the seedy underbelly of Evercade.
Oh, all right.
We talk about addiction. We talk about issues. We just talk about everything.
Who's we? Who's on your show?
Me and my members, my channel members.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, it's coming.
Nice, man.
It's just me.
So it's your members only.
It's members only. Ooh, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
I may or may not wear a tank top. I don't know yet.
You may or may not be wearing one now. I don't.
You guys see me all the time. My members see me all the time. My members' videos. I'm always in my members' videos. I gotta show off my guns.
Oh, good stuff, man.
Hey, so what we're talking about like members only content.
I'm joking. I'm not.
But actually, so I thought about what I am actually going to release for my next members only, and I kind of told Rich this. So, for those of you who have been here on Evercast for a while, you may there was a time when it was hosted on Pete's channel, and I didn't have a YouTube channel yet, and Pete wanted me to do a segment, which was great to kind of dip my toes, and it was called Did You Know? Kind of sort of like what Crow does now, but I put together little things and all that. And actually, I came across and I found those videos. They're definitely a little bit cringy, but they're good, kind of fun cringe. So so some of them I may have to put music behind it to make them more watchable. But I think I'm going to group a few of them together, especially the one where I announced my YouTube channel. It's really weird, or it was weird at the time because it was there with us in the chat. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put that up there for members only because it's one of those just weird enough things, and I need to preserve it somewhere.
Sweet too.
Oh my goodness, but yeah, I guess next week, I definitely will be. We'll be talking about reactions to the Duke Nukem. Unless that gets delayed too. No, I'm kidding, but you never know.
Well, I mean, they already they delayed it once, so I think that's it. We're good. We're good with the one delay.
It's funny. It's like you say that.
I mean, well, that'd be wild because they don't have a lot of time, right? It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Man, I can't believe it's September already.
Yeah, right. And it's the 9th of September, and 2 days ago there was football. That's crazy.
A 0-point singularity. He said Pete starting an Evercade secret society.
Yeah,
pretty much started the
cult of the Evercade
society. To be honest with you, come on, man, give credit where credit's due.
Actually, you know what? It's funny because I think wasn't it on Karg or whatever? I think it was Rich. We're kind of talking about, and I don't know if Pete, if you were in the chat, but it's worth repeating that.
Probably not.
Yeah, but no, but seriously, but I give you the title. I call Pete the father of Evercade because I don't think people realize that he's the one credited to kind of bringing this community together, starting Evercast. If that didn't exist, this I don't know if we would all know each other. A lot of things are involved, and he really set the groundwork before Evercade was even a thing. So we kind of came up, and I don't think everyone knows it. I think it's important that he gets credit for that.
And I will tear it all down.
No.
That's my master plan.
If you don't behave, he could.
No, I mean, thank you. You know what? At least something I started turned out good, as opposed to something else I kickstarted that turned into a pile of hot garbage. Which my deep shame. There's a redemption story there somewhere, right, Rich?
Well, yeah, but those things are, those things are you're not responsible for the actions that happen. It's just
I was just an excited dumb gamer.
Well, but even still, that's fine. It's fine to be excited about stuff. It's fine to be positive. We need more positive energy in this world, and I'm
actually excited
absolutely
about
appreciate the fact that
Time to global hyper meganet.
That's why I'm excited about it, because every time I mention it, Crow does that. But people shit on it all the time, but I'm actually thinking my only problem is spreading them thin. But I'm excited to play a little tiny handheld with Evercade games. That could be fun.
Yeah.
Plus, come on, Crow has a blast every time we say Hyper Mega Tech that he puts that up. It's freaking
Time to global hyper meganet.
It's excellent. It's excellent.
Oh yeah, man! Football tomorrow.
Yeah, football tomorrow. Football on Monday. Big football on Monday. Bills Jets.
Yep. But
super excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be super fun. I'm actually excited about football this year because the Seahawks might actually have a winning season this year. I'm excited, but
yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
because we were 9.
Carol's
Probably
doing some
last
cool
year.
things behind the scenes. So
Yeah, last year did we have a winning season last year? I'm not sure.
yeah, I think you guys did.
You know what would be cool if Evercade goes out and signs EA for EA Sports games on the Genesis and makes a collection for, because that's back when those sports games were awesome.
True, but they'd have to modify those games unless they got like the players associations and like the
Well, they already did, right?
license.
They already put out, because I played NHL games. They already put out NHL '94 remaster for pre-order a few years ago. So they have the ability to generate new ROMs for those games.
Well, yeah.
So wouldn't it be cool? I'm just saying because me and Rich like sports games, but we like those sports games, like the old. When you didn't have to have a degree in sports science to play, right?
Yeah, right.
Good sports, you mean like good sports games?
Yeah.
I mean, the new sports games are still good. It's just they're way beyond accessible to a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Road Rash. That would be awesome. The
that would be
3DO
cool.
version just to piss people off.
Well, plus they're filled with DLC and loot boxes now, so.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
right.
every game has got kind of that now that comes out of like EA and Activision and Ubisoft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they could get past the licensing nightmare with that, that would be
right.
No. Yeah, but I think I'm kicking off my new podcast today. I think tonight, maybe, but it'll be fun.
Cool. Yeah, well, we'll be sure to put out the thing. So, yeah, like I'll hop in the chat and say hi.
It's gonna be vicious.
It's gonna be vicious.
vicious. Well,
Nice.
you know what? No one's asked me about this like in a long.
I know we haven't gotten a hit in a while, so
a long time. So I can honor that. I can honor that request. Okay,
Yeah.
here's an oldie but goodie.
Kill dash 9. I recognize no one.
Yeah, we got Ian C. Burr. We got Tim from Tim's Tony Arcade. We got DJC. And then we have Nick
from
the Historian. Yeah. Good stuff. See, now it's special, so it's not done all the time. But yeah, back to you saying about EA though. Yeah, it would be nice to have like a better quality of like retro sports games if you're gonna put, throw that on there.
Yeah, one day.
I just put NBA Jam. No, I doubt. I think Arcade One Up has that like locked down.
There's a company I was watching on Mellow Jesus and Reggie's pickup video that he's got a NBA Jam remake that somebody published for the PlayStation 1 that was obviously homebrew, that as NBA Jam from the PS1, but as all of the current players and old players, like Jordan. And so I saw it on his video and I'm like, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because like NBA Jam is like the arcade is a classic. The console not so much, but the arcade version is a classic.
I got fun memories of the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, they cut so much out of that though, unfortunately.
But yeah, they did. But at least you could play with like 4 players on that.
Yeah. It was a decent port, but like you go to the arcade, because I played it first in the arcade, so I'm like, when you played the console version, I was a bit disappointed.
Now Jen Joker's just messing with me. Yeah, maybe on Gremlin Collection 3.
Wait. There's no Gremlin Collection 2.
Dude, I want that. You know what? I want that to exist because I will get to make a total satirical like video of how it's like
Collection 2.
About it's like the best collection in existence. Oh my god.
All right.
The next Gremlin collection, I want to be all the games that were about the Gremlins movies.
Oh,
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Cool.
Licensing.
I mean, Gremlins 1 was good. Gremlins 2 was okay.
Well, you only need, aside from the companies that made the games, you only need one other license, the Gremlins license.
Yeah. That movie's makes no sense when you think about it because of time zones.
And that's why
midnight?
And that's why the second movie is better than the first movie. They pulled all that stuff out into the open. Like the one guy's like, yeah, well, what if you're in an airplane and he eats Like, or what if he eats and there's a piece of food stuck in his tooth, and that last piece of food goes down after midnight? Does that count?
Yeah.
Nice.
Those are all important questions.
Should count.
It's good times.
I'm gonna finish Legend of Silk Road today. That's on my agenda for Evercade. Finish that game.
Such a good game.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see what's next on my list.
I want to see if I can 9 credit that
Congress.
game and beat it.
I'll be playing Nebulous next. I finished
Nice.
Sword of Fargo, Pit Stop 2, Fire Lord, Iridium, World Games and California Games, onto Nebulous. So I play
Cool
the games
stuff.
in chronological order.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be updating the VS, checking out that game of the month, and then at some point I gotta dive back into the old Pico. Pico Collection 1 is sitting in there in the VS saying, "Hey, remember that strategy game you were playing? You should probably play it some more." So I think we're probably gonna do that some more. But first, like almost directly after this, as soon as my youngest goes for his nap, I'm taking the oldest on the expedition because it was retail release weekend for that crazy card game, and I'm gonna go see
What
if I
one?
can. This one right here. I'm gonna see if I can go find some more, I should say.
I heard good things about that.
It's fun. It's super fun. But
Is
it's
it easy
also,
to play? Like,
Yeah,
where's the
real easy.
complexity level? Easier than Pokemon?
It probably is easier actually.
Yeah.
Like to pick up and play, absolutely. So, oh yeah, Ballistic, 100%. I haven't played them yet, but Daredevil and Tire Tracks are on my VCS right now, so that'll be another thing fun for fiving over the weekend.
Rigatoni.
Oh, hey, what's up? Rigatoni's been playing a lot of Magic. Yeah. I did a lot of that myself. My binder is almost complete. I think I'm 22 cards away from a complete set
Of Lord of the Rings cards?
Nice.
Lord of the Rings cards, yeah.
Well, you'll always miss the One Ring.
Well, you mean the one of one, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm talking the base set because
Oh,
the one of one is like card 300, 400 or something like that. Because there's like all the different reprints and all that kind of stuff. I don't like for my complete set. I don't count that. I count like cards that you can play, like like cards that have the same function. Don't get counted. But
Go for it.
from like card 1 through card 320 or something like that. That's the actual base set. So like that, I'm collecting all those, and I'm 22 away from that.
cool.
Nice.
See, yeah.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, I want to say, like, if I had been ever like maybe addicted or to a game or had a hold on me, it was Magic.
Yeah, it's
Because
good time.
it's just well, not only that, just like the collectability and everything. That's why, like, if I was like a bazillionaire, I would just like collect the games, travel around, and
Mm-hmm. Go to House of Pies or go to Costco and buy a pumpkin
Always
pie.
Costco, Rigatoni.
Wait, what's House of Pies?
Yeah, I'm interested now.
I would just say
I
House.
mean,
I don't know what it is
so,
either,
like,
but
so my answer is which one of them has a gluten-free pumpkin pie? Because that's the one I go to.
Which one has a
I-
gluten-free chocolate pie?
Ooh,
I'm
either
thinking
one.
like it's
Give me just anything.
kind of like I don't know. Are you gonna just like go to a shoe store to buy your shoes, or are you gonna pick them up at Walmart? I'd go to the place that I don't know that specializes. House of
Hey,
Pies.
hey, don't
Mhm.
diss on Walmart. What are you doing dissing on Walmart?
Yeah, I mean, if
love
you go
Walmart.
to a specialized shoe store, they might have the same shoes that they
Yeah.
sell at Walmart.
Yeah, hey, sucker, MC, you're Canadian. Well done, bud. Well
Right?
done.
Ooh, has
Yeah.
has
Post Malone. Post Malone's a big nerd anyway, so
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
I've got 5 packs of unopened Lord of the Rings Magic cards
Ooh.
that I
Yeah.
received as a gift. I should open them.
Yeah, man. Do it.
But I find
Mhm.
Magic, like I played it for a while, but I found it so hard to kind of keep up with it that
Well, you can't play for the meta. The reason why I'm collecting Lord of the Rings is because it's so good by itself.
Yeah.
That you can cube it. Like you can get like 4 ofs of all the commons and uncommons, which I'm going to wind up having. And then if you get at least one of each of all the mythics and rares, you can just use that set, shuffle up, and then play with your friends. Do like a like your own draft, and then
Yeah.
like I don't have to play any of the other cards out of any other set. Like it just
Yeah.
works, which is great.
Yep.
RMGBTV asks, have I played Sea of Stars? Not yet, but I've
I was
heard.
thinking about getting that for my Steam Deck.
I've heard
I'll
good
wait for a
things.
sale.
It's on Game Pass, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
I gave up my Game Pass.
I could probably do that.
I wasn't playing it enough because the Steam Deck and Evercade is what I play mostly, so I just gave up my Game Pass.
Speaking of Game Pass, that might be used in a video shortly.
Yes.
Of one of the other ones that I keep stacking and then never releasing. So
I'm a PC gamer now.
You're PC. PC
like it feels like that's where I spend most of my time, and I love the crossplay between Steam and my computer. That if I feel like a big screen, I can switch over to that and play, and I want to play on my deck. Yeah. I mean, I still love consoles. I love handheld consoles, so I can't get enough of that. But
yeah, I don't know. It's just I used to be heavy into PC, like back in like the Half-Life 2 days, and then after that, it's gone. So like, I don't know. I don't know if I can go back
because I find the consoles today they're very PC anyway, right? They're just
yeah, absolutely,
pretty much.
Yeah, but they don't have the flexibility because I love the Steam Deck so much that there's very few console games that have crossplay that's PC with Steam Deck also. But my PC has built-in crossplay with all my Steam Deck games because the same ecosystem. So, but I still I think I'll play console for those big exclusive titles that interest me. But I think my day of being a pure console gamer is pretty much over. Even my son is a PC gamer. Like he loves PC. And so him and I got a lot in common there. So it's pretty cool. Now my daughter though is big into Xbox, so she's playing a game called Dreamlight Valley, which I'm getting hooked on. It's awesome. It's a Disney game.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's a Disney game, but it's really fun. So
nice.
Also, too, don't forget that one of the big issues with consoles, especially like Nintendo, is horrible for this. They really have a lockdown on the store. Like stuff rarely goes on sale. Sony is a little bit better, but like Steam, like they give you the best deals like all the time. Like they're very much pro consumer.
And they have 4 sales a year too, right?
At least
they have 4 mega sales, the seasonal sales, right? Like, I mean, like I've got stuff on my wish list for 5 years now, just waiting for that one day it goes on. Like I'm still that Sonic Frontiers game. I'm waiting for that to go on sale on Steam so I can buy it. And I heard it's a great game, but I don't know I'd play it enough for $80. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's exactly how I feel like 70.
But that's why I love the Evercade because like that's the big reason why I love the Evercade. It's retro games, but it's cheap, legal, and I feel good about it. And that's the big thing why I love Evercade so much is because like I was just playing while you guys were chatting about stuff, I was playing Legend of Silk Road. And I was playing that, and I'm like, yeah, I want to finish that now, and that cost me like $3, and I'm probably going to get at least an hour enjoyment out of it. And if I multiplay it 3 times because of the characters, which I think most of us do, right? When we play those games, beat 'em ups, when I call it finished, it means I finished it on all the available characters.
Right.
That's how I go about it. Like,
it depends because sometimes some characters I feel like I like a lot better, and some other characters I'm like, oh, I can't play.
Well, I like going through every character, and then it's funny because then that new character I'm playing through becomes my favorite until I play on another character, and they become my favorite. It's kind of funny that way.
Yep, 0 point. Yeah, Evercade, you've got it. You can play it, whatever. All the other, with the exception of Steam, because they did it right. And that's one of the
games on offline on Steam too, right? Some games you can just play without internet, right?
Yeah, you put your deck in offline mode, and boom, yeah. So that's the other important thing. But yeah, all good stuff.
Good times.
Cool beans.
Yeah, I think we all kind of talked about what we're having on our channels next week.
Yeah,
everything. I think we've wrapped it up. Unless there's anything else.
It depends on what that Duke's Nukem video is about. I might do a video on that. I don't know. It doesn't really interest me. So people should know this about me. I don't really watch game trailers before they come out. I don't watch development diaries. I don't want to know how the sausage is made. So I just I wait. Like if a game interests me, I'll get it. I don't need to watch all the stuff about it. And Duke Nukem had me at a low. So
Oh, I can't wait. I hope they kind of show some of the secret sauce and what they've done, and they've given like reassurances that it's going to come out and be like playable without any issue. You know,
Yeah, it might interest me. I don't know. Maybe I'll give them the benefit of doubt and watch it, but I don't know. I probably won't, to be honest with you. I'll wait for Rich to tell me about it. That's true. I watch Rich's videos for all the Inside or Ballistic Coffee Boy for Atari stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's basically what I do.
He's always on the spot.
They're doing the work. Why should I? More time for me to
I'm mostly envious of all the time that some of our YouTube friends have, because I was like, I wish I could be like college, right there doing all the reacts and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, man, one of these days.
Once our kids go to college, right?
That's exactly right.
All right, I should go.
All right.
Alrighty, I will go ahead and play us out.
Thanks
Thanks everyone as always for watching. Subscribe, do all the cool YouTube stuff, and we'll see you next week.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.